Hello, everyone. It's your girl, and I am just kind of wondering. Something just came to me today. I hope you all are having a good day, as best you can in these times. But I wonder if the SNAP and food stamps ploy. I had said this in another video. I believe that it is to incite violence, and it could be a justification for the police to come in, and really for the military to come in. And I was just looking that on the net, but some were saying that this could be, and I think I said this before, a precursor to something bigger, up including to a revolution and a civil war. And I believe, or it seems, because I don't think it's really a belief, but it seems that with the Davos planning earlier this year, this may be part of the Project 2025, to have some type of situation in which they can come in overtly with authoritarian control. I mean, they've been saying for weeks now that President Trump doesn't want to leave, that he actually wants to stay in and just kind of rule forever. There's also whispers on many different platforms and in print too, because you can even print this stuff up, that it is to turn everyone to go in a one world government where they're ruling overtly instead of covertly, so that everyone is just pretty much in agreement that this is the one person or in group that people will knowingly know that they're going to be abused by, and that justice is another word to be tossed around but never really produced, and don't ever expect it to be produced. But the one thing I am noticing strangely still, I know that today it is stated that NASA came out with a picture of what they say is Three-Eye Atlas, and it's laughable. It's really laughable, and it's not the one. From all accounts, it seems like it's not a recent picture, like it's a picture from earlier this month. And what that speaks to me is that they're not in control of it. I know that there's another thing. There's so many things floating around, but Project Bluebeam, or that this is a distraction and that they're in control of it. I mean, we're just hearing all kinds of things, but I'm just going with how the government is reacting. And I think that if it was something that they had control of, that the government, and I'm including the president, especially the president, and all of his cabinet members, the Congress, on both sides of the aisle, would be really talking about this and guiding us and prepping us, if this was something that they had control over, because that's really the best way, if you think about it, that, hey, we've been in contact with these beings, or they are going off. This is definitely a meteor. It's going to go off into space. Hey, we won't mention it until maybe the backyard astronomers start to talk about it. There's any number of things that they can do that would bespeak that is something that they knew they were in control over. Or even if it was a UFO, that they would be talking about it, and because they would be control of the outcome. But because for Three-Eye Atlas, they're not in control of, which is what I'm speaking about. This latest little, I don't know what to call it, is indicative of them kind of throwing in the towel, like, we can't tell you. We can't tell you because we don't control it at all. And this is representing our end. So we're just my thought is possibly, and this is horrific, but it's something that we have to consider. Possibly, they're hoping that between now and November the 1st, or at least the first week of November the 1st, because I think they're going to move quickly, or at least if the things go the way that they had planned, that they're hoping that there's some sort of anarchy that takes place, which will justify them clamping down, and not only clamping down, but I think they might begin wholesale unaliving people. And I think they really want to go after those that have been oppressed for the last 500 years. So this is a dangerous time for us, really, for us, especially those of us who are children of the Most High, the children of Israel. And so I think we're playing it as best we can play it, which is to lie low and to stay down and keep our head down and keep quiet. But again, I said in another video a couple of days ago that hunger is a life or death situation. Food is a life or death situation. And we are not in Africa or in a third world country where people are used to starving. They're just not. We're not. We're in the richest nation on the planet, and a nation that has been rich for a very long time. So this generation and the last three generations don't know nothing about starvation outright. And so that can be a trigger for unfortunately for things to go quickly out of control, to which the government can use to their justification of being violent toward the citizens, which is what they already have planned. Trust me. I mean, I know allegedly, but we must consider that they already have this plan. They already have the troops ready to go. So I'm not going to even ask the people to do anything. What I'm asking right now, what my call is to the Most High God, is to the angels. Something has got to be done that is supernatural, because and I don't know what that is, but it has to be. If they want to remain in the invisible, then fine, let them remain in the visible. But if there's ever a time, and they know it far better than what we do, they know the stakes, they know the conversations. The angels on the other side of the veil that are invisible to us right now, for the most part, they know what these demons or the human element that is has already planned and is already executing, and they are very clear that they are not going to stop until all their plans are played out, and they don't mean any good for the populace of the United States or even the world. And so if they can deliver this blow in their eyes effectively, then it will be a win for them, and hopefully to upset or throw off the timing of our release, if not obliterate it. And I mean our release from their captivity, from that captivity that we are in. So I don't know what's going to happen in these next 24 to 72 hours that we have here. I don't know what's going to happen next week, but I can speculate. And in my speculation, I really do believe that we are going to see a sign in heaven. I really do believe that we are going to see something undeniable. And I think my prayer, along with all the other prayers that are out there, is that these angels and that the Creator, the Most High, visibly and tangibly intervene at this point. And so, and if it means a violent one, then so be it. We have been fully warned. If you read the Bible, if you read all the other holy books that are out there, no one is going to be clueless about what takes place. Because it is clear to me that the push is to do nothing but a human element. And even the good white folk are really not offering the kind of assistance that will be required. They want to mimic what we're doing. And you can't do that when you have when you have so much more power. You got to do something a little bit more. That's what the creator of the universe is going to say to white people. Because they're going to say, well, we did get out there in the streets. No, that's what a defenseless people do. That's what my children did because you had stripped them of everything. You getting out there on the streets is not enough. You know it's not enough. That's why it didn't carry the resonance that it needed to carry. And so, if no good white folks show up between today and November 1st, or even the first week of November, we know that they're not. I mean, I personally, I believe that they won't. But then the other half of that is that, as I've always said, we're looking at a possible Sodom and Gomorrah event where none of the citizens survived the cataclysmic destruction that the Most High God handed those two wicked cities. And let's say that white folks do decide to bring that hammer down on their own government. Either it will be a bloodbath, or that government will pull back and pull back quickly. Even if they were to get a whiff or a hint that there could be something out there that has nothing to do with Black people. So in essence, this is everyday white American fight, because really they're going to be affected the most. And honestly, we don't know, on the other hand, what the Three-Eye Atlas has. We don't know all of the technology that they possess, if they are indeed intelligent, and if they do indeed have a mission here to fulfill on this planet. And if so, then they probably could get here really, really soon. But they have a time date, and we have not been given that schedule, so to speak. I'm thinking right now, NASA knows that these objects are headed this way en masse. I think that they know, if the trajectory was that it was heading out in space and going forward, then they would, at the earliest signs, they would have already told us. They would have already said, oh, well, this is clearly a comet and it's heading out in space. The simple fact that they just handed this old Polaroid 1980s photo to the world, and so many people are saying, and this is so true, that they can, from space, pinpoint, and I'm not only in our atmosphere, but from like outer space, they can pinpoint craters. They can pinpoint a person if they're looking down on the earth, and even the landscape of Mars they can go to. And you mean to tell me you can't get a clearer picture than what it looks like, a fuzzy Polaroid to the masses? Come on, come on. And that's just the technology that they just share with us. Can you imagine the technology that they don't share with us, of what clarity they have? And so the reason why I think that it's not fake, because a lot of people are saying that it's fake, is Blue Beam or something. No, I don't think it is, because they would have been playing it out a little bit more. They would have gone full throttle. If you read some of the things that they said this project thing is supposed to do, there in parts of it that they're controlling, like the food stamp thing, they're going full force with it. And with this thing out in space, they're inching toward it. They're not saying anything. Then they give basically an effed up picture of it. You have astronomers with backyard telescopes with more detail. So they don't control that. That just tells me they're not in control. And if they're not in control, we can best believe that the Most High is in control. Do not believe all the movies where they have the aliens being evil. No, that's them. That is what the people that should not be in control of this planet, that's who they are. Don't put that on God. And if we are to really look at the heavens and look at this beauty and look at how it sustains our life and look at the symmetry and look at the exactness and the perfection of it, we know that it has to be a benevolent um, a God that or being or entities that govern everything outside of our sphere of influence. And so I have to believe that that's the case, then that alien ship is most likely angels that are coming to us. And the Bible also talks about UFOs, or what would be called aliens, leading the people of Israel out of Egypt, helping them as they were setting up their government. All of that was for the betterment of those people. And ultimately now, because that kind of typifies what's going to happen here, ultimately now we're going to have it in real time, the full expression of it, and it won't end. Like the Bible at some point is going to become obsolete because everything that's pertinent to it will be fulfilled especially when the New Jerusalem is truly established. So anyway, I'm just sitting here in California. I'm starting to believe that no, this is not a hoax. This is actually real, and that thing is actually intelligent, and it's on its way here, and they know it. And so they're going to throw out a little picture. I don't know, maybe to satiate people's desire to know the truth, but it won't succeed. So we administrate in New Jerusalem. Thank you.